want to thank everybody for chiming in. This is Watchman Yahudah Israel, also known as Pastor Derek Mann, on the Early Will I Seek the Scripture Study and Prayer Line, and also Facebook Live on this 27th day in June 2018. Let's dive into the Word, y'all. Let's go to 1 John 4 on this morning, 4 and 1. 1 John 4 and 1. Look what it says. It says, Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits where they are of Yah, because many false prophets are going out into the world. Hereby know we the spirit of Yah. Every spirit that confesses that Yahushua HaMashiach is come in the fleshes of Yah, and every spirit that confesses not that Yahushua HaMashiach is come in the flesh is not of Yah. And this is that spirit of the Antichrist, whereof you have heard that should come into the world, and even now already is in the world. Good morning, Facebook Live, and those on the conference line. Let's dive on in. See, beloved, believe not every spirit. There's many spirits out there, right? Blood, believe not many spirits. Every spirit. When we become saved, like we're spirit beings housed in the body. We need this physical body to navigate in this natural physical world, but there's also, a spiritual world, as well. And we should be able to relate. The reminder is when someone passes away, you're looking at their body, but they're not going to get up because the spirit that would govern that body or house that body is no longer there. And you got to know it was there if you met the person. So we're spirit beings, and we're housed in this tabernacle to navigate on earth. Now, people are like spiritually dead because of our forefather Adam, and was detached from the Most High. And our makeup is not Yahweh. And so we have a way of seeing things and doing things. And the word teaches there's a way to seem right unto a man, but the end thereof is the ways of death. It seems right, sound right, the whole 9 yards, right? So then the redemption of people is deeper than what meets the eye. The redemption is a total transformation of one completely. The character, putting it simple, it's the death, burial, and resurrection. And when you get the revelation, it's not only the Mashiach's death, burial, resurrection, it's yours too. Because when you believe him, you're baptized into his death. It's actually the 100% transformation of who you were to who you should be. Somebody new. If any man being Yahushua, he's a new creation. Old things have passed away, behold, all things have become new. So then your ideology and how you saw things and how you govern yourself and how you did things is dead now. It's obsolete. You have to be transformed by the renewing of your mind through the word. So your positioning, your thinking, your ideology, all that has to reference back to the Spirit of the Most High, to the Word, to the Creator, right? Beloved, believe not every spirit. You can't believe every spirit. Spirits everywhere. You can't believe them. Don't even, including you. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits where they of Yah. Because moving forward, we used to navigate our vessel. We used to navigate our bodies. Shalom, Trenda. But we used to navigate our bodies, making decisions, and it was based on, the lust of the eye, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. What we see, what we smell, what we taste, what we hear, and how we feel. That's how we lived our lives prior to submitting to the Most High. And through our five gates, and the lust of the eye, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life, we were sinful. But when the Mashiach, the spirit of the Mashiach, the word came to us and convinced us and proved us that we were sinners living in contrast to the will of Yah, we then repented, and now we're going through this mind renewal process. So how we used to think, how we used to believe, and all that becomes obsolete. We get rid of it. We don't even check it at the door. We get rid of it because we're baptized into his death. And that leads us, the new birth. You're born again. You started fresh. Don't even know it. A supernatural operation took place that you were, for the lack of a better term, erased. And you don't have amnesia, but you're literally spiritually a new creation. You were transformed out of the kingdom of darkness into the kingdom of life. You were called out of the darkness into the marvelous light. I'm trying to build a stage to say, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits where they of Yah. You gotta be able to navigate in the spirit realm according to the word. Without you being cognizant of the spiritual realm, when you were carnal, it still existed. And we were under the influence of the spirit of the devil and didn't even know it. Still was able to do good deeds, but our very makeup and nature is contrary to the Most High. By nature, naturally. The word teaches that the carnal mind is enmity, and enmity means hostile. It's enmity against Yah. It's not subject to the law of Yah, neither indeed can be. Satanic, devilish, contrary. But when you received the gospel, it was the depth of that. It was the detachment of the influence of that, and now the creation of a new man. And the word calls it a new man, shalom, Perry. But it was the birth of your new man, the birth of the spirit man that can associate with the Most High. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but test the spirit. Try the spirit. You got to be able to see the thoughts. Thoughts are spirits. The thoughts are spirit. The Messiah said, the words that I speak unto you are spirit and life. There are also spirits that are death. And the spirits that are death are anti-Yah, anti-truth, anti-righteousness. The Most High spirit formed in inconceivable thought patterns. The words are thoughts that are readable, recognizable, understandable. In different languages, it's just thoughts formed in a code that whoever speaks that language can understand. The spirit is conveyed. And when you're dealing in the spirit realm, you got to be able to test that spirit to see if it's of Yah. You got to be, before you cooperate with it, we're so quick to cooperate with spirits. Look, because it's normal to you, a false prophet come. Someone opens a church and they preach false doctrine. that is a spirit working in that house. It's a spirit working in that house, though it's housed in the body. You might call them cousin, pastor, uncle, I don't know. Whatever you might call them, let's get off the carnal page. What are they preaching? What are they teaching? Is it of Yah? Does it line up with the word? Does it line up with truth? Should we be celebrating certain ritualistic things, festivals, gatherings? You got to know the origin of the gathering. You got to know the origin of the festival. You got to know the origin of what you're agreeing with. That's why the word teaches, lay hands on no man suddenly. You don't want to quickly agree with stuff, with things, with people. You got to be careful when you're dealing in the spirit realm. You could be entertained by angels, true. You're also going to be entertained by demons and devils. Beloved, believe not every spirit. Words. Spirit words are spirit. Mashiach said, the words that I speak unto you are spirit and life. But then you should know that the words that the devil speaks unto you are spirit and death. Spirit, the spirit of death can come to you, visit you, commune with you. And you can say, yes, Lord, to it. You can say, amen to it. You can agree with it because it deceived you. It tricked you. The serpent was under the influence of the spirit of the devil and was able to convince Eve of some things and deceived her. The word said Eve was deceived. Adam wasn't. Adam was a sellout. Beloved, believe not every spirit. Don't believe the hype, y'all. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try it, test it. What spirit is this? But try the spirits where they are of Yah, because many false prophets are going out into the world. It's not a few, it's many. It's many false prophets that have gone out into the world, and you got to know that. You got to learn how to navigate in the spirit realm. You ain't got to get real spooky and mystical about it either. You got to know that your cousin has a spirit, your mama got a spirit, your brother got a spirit, your best friend got a spirit, right? It says, be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. There's a reason, because there's a spirit that governs them, right? Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, under the influence of your auntie, under the influence of your significant other. Under the influence, listening to what they say and taking it to heart and causing it to cause you to do stuff, cause you to sleep with them, cause you to go to the club with them, cause you to drink it all and get drunk, causes you to backbite, causes you, those are spirits. See, 2 Corinthians 10:4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Carnal is tangible. Or earthly based. Nuh-uh. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yah. Mighty through Yah. The weapons that we have is the sword of the Spirit. It's the word. We put the word on situations. We respond like the word wants us to. In the word, we live, move, and have our being. We're led by the Ruach. He said his sons and daughters, his children, is led by his spirit. We agree with his spirit, and we walk according to his spirit, the spirit of the word. Because the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yah, to the pulling down of strongholds. The word is able to pull strongholds down. Strongholds are spirit words, thoughts, habits that we do, things we believe. The word is able to attack our belief system. We believe things that are satanic. We believe things that are not true. We're under the influence of a spirit that will cause us to get an egg, boil it, and then paint it and color it. What caused you to do that? You think it's friendly. You think it's fun for the children because you've been deceived. Beloved, believe not every spirit. What is the origin of the spirit? Getting a Ouija board. It's just a toy. No, it's not. You're deceived. You got the Torah cards. Getting your palm read. checking the zodiac. You're up under the influence of spirits. The spirits running around here. Put that candle out. What you burning that candle for? What you lighting the incense for? I hope you lighting the incense because it smell good. Because other than that, you tripping. What are you doing? Rituals, carnality. Having a relationship with the Most High based on commandments written on stone. The weapons of our warfare is spiritual. The word teaches that the letter killeth, but the spirit gives life. The commandments, oracle, there's no life in that. That was temporary. That was to prove that you needed the Most High. You needed a Savior. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but spiritual, right? But mighty through Yah to the pulling down of strongholds. Sometimes we need to be combed through with the word. We need the word to come rescue us from a spiritual captivity. You got some folks that are spiritually trapped in a spiritual jail cell. It became a part of one's thinking, a part of one's life, and it takes the word to snap. Come on, somebody! For the weapons of our weapons, it's a war going on. For the weapons of our warfare, there's a war going on. Since we fighting, it's not carnal. You can't deal with people according to carnal. You know, some people can use some medicine without question. But some people are spiritually trapped, right? Are not carnal, but mighty through Yah. Oh, it's a real war. It's a big one too. But mighty through Yah, through the pulling down of strongholds. Casting down imaginations. Imaginations is thoughts. How you see things. But the word is able to snatch that imagination. Imagination is running wild, right? But the word is able to snap and pull it down. And not only the imagination, but every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of Yah. Because imaginations can be attached to pride. Becoming strongholds because it's ingrained in one's belief system, in one's psyche. You know, what would cause a person to fellowship with satanic rituals? Again, Christmas, Easter, you know, whatever that, Valentine's Day and all that. It has a thin layer of this is good celebration, but the core, these are ritualistic practices that got the children of Israel in major trouble with the Most High. There's even terms and names like, again, you know, Isaiah 65:11 and 12 talks about a Babylonian deity named God. That the Most High said, I'm going to point Israel onto the sword for serving this God and laying a table for this deity called Mini. But and it's ironic that those that translated and transliterated the scriptures took out the tetragrammaton in Yah's name and put in a deity called God. In English it's spelled G-O-D, but in Hebrew it's spelled G-A-D, and the phonics pronunciation for G-A-D is G-A-W-D, which is God, which will be spelled G-O-D in English. Because the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yah. Now, of course, he exalts his word over his name. So if you're one that obey the word, he still will deal with you as he, through the process of time, revealed to you his true name. In the interim, if you belong to him, as truth come, you'll make the necessary adjustments. When you're religious, you won't make the necessary adjustments because you're under the influence of religion as opposed to relationship. the navigational process. You don't want to get caught up and get upset with Yah because you had to go through a navigational process to learn truth. The letter J is only like 400 years old, and if you look at the 1611 King James Version, Jesus is nowhere in there. So, of course, that isn't the sweetest name you know. And that is definitely wasn't the name that it was talking about when it said, neither is there salvation in any other, for there's none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved, because when that scripture was created, there was no such thing as Jesus. Am I upset with people that use the name Jesus? Of course not. Because you believe in the Messiah. And he exalts his word over his name. If you're the one that's obeying his word, believing the death, burial, and resurrection, as more truth is revealed, you will make the necessary adjustments. When you're religious, you won't. When you're under the influence of the spirit of error, you're going to stay in error. But if you really have a relationship with the Most High, you'll continue to grow. You'll die daily. As he revealed truth, again, he told Daniel, shut it up. Don't tell it. He told Yahudah, John, on the island of Patmos, stop, don't write this part. There's things that will be revealed in the end. There's more truth coming out right now because the devil is on a rampage and his evil plan is unfolding right now. Well, Yah's righteous plan is unfolding as well. As the devil is getting busy with his, the winning hand. Yah got the winning hand, just so you know. We know the end of the story. Yah's winning hand is unfolding. And with that, he's exposing people groups. We look at the word from a bunch of scriptural stories and all that, parables and sayings and all that. But there are also people groups. There's a lineage of Esau, and there's a lineage of Jacob, and it's all coming to fruition. And when you start learning about Esau's children, and they're the ones that's in control and running all the money and jacking people for their identity and all that, you'll find out that they also had a lot to do with the translation and transliteration of the word. But even the truths in the word was hidden from them to a certain level, because they allowed it to stand, thinking that we would never figure it out or find it out. But we did, and we are, because that's all in the divine will of the Most High. So the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. They're not carnal. This is a spiritual war, right? But mighty through Yah, to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations. Let's see what you think you know. What's causing you to say the things you say and do the things you do. Casting fellowship where you fellowship. Why are you running around here with a little cracker and a little cup of grape juice? What do you think you're doing, and what did that mean? Why do you wash your face and anoint your head with oil before you fast? What do you think you're doing? Why are you running around here with tassels on, or keeping the feast days, or obeying the commandments written on stone? Let's talk about it. Let's get deeper, because the word in Corinthians 1:10 say, I beg you by the name of Yahudah that you all speak the same thing, and that there be no division among you, but that you be perfectly joined together in the same mind and the same judgment. In other words, we should be able to come together like the Bereans and study to see whether those things be so. We got a First Thessalonians 5:21, and it says to prove all things and then hold fast to that which is good. And so when you prove it, it's going to start killing false doctrine. And then we're able to come together, because a kingdom divided against itself can't stand. We got to be on one accord. The body is on one accord. You take some medicine and it goes down. You take the medicine from your head. I hope that's where your mouth is, on your head. The head. And then it goes through the body. So when truth comes, it will navigate through the body. As soon as you put it in your mouth, it's not ran all through your body yet. It's a process. But if you're a part of the same body, you're going to receive the medicine when it get to you. When you find out that the letter J is only 400 years old, it takes some time. Everyone don't know that. Everyone never heard of his true name, and everyone hasn't heard of the tetragrammaton. Everyone don't know that they shouldn't be doing Christmas and Easter and all that satanic stuff. They don't have to understand. Some people love the Most High like Saul did. Saul loved the Most High, but he was up under the influence of the tables on stone until he met the true spiritual word on the road to Damascus. In the process of time, it's coming. It's coming, and his sheep hear his voice. It's coming. The revelation of who true Israel is, and those that say they're Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. The information is out here. It's coming. It's circulating. We don't want to hate on the body because the medicine hasn't gotten there yet. It is in the mouth, and it's going through the bloodstream, and it's traveling through the body. Let it have its process. And understand this, that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they're still mighty. The gospel is the power of Yah to salvation. To them that believe. It's mighty through Elohim to the pulling down of strongholds, lifestyle, thoughts, religious positions that are not true. Casting down imaginations. You're imagining things, hearing things, seeing things, casting down imagination. Every high thing. I don't care if it's not just imagination. High things. Your pride can get caught up with it. No, you have an imagination, the word attack it, and then your pride stand up. Every high thing, your lust stand up. I got to sleep with him. This is my spouse. Every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of Yah. See, the weapons of our warfare is the knowledge of Yah. The 5th verse revealed. It's the knowledge of Yah, and the knowledge of Yah is the word. And bringing in captivity every a thought to the obedience of the word. That's the Mashiach, y'all. And the word was made flesh. The Mashiach is the word that was made flesh, the Messiah. He was the word in a body. And having readiness to revenge all disobedience. When you get that word in you, now you can deal with the situation. You know how to deal with the person. You know how to deal with the religion. You know how to deal with the false doctrine. And having a readiness to revenge all disobedience, all the way down to adultery and fornication. Having a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. When you get the revelation and you're walking according to it, then you can share it with others. Everybody not going to love what you post, Trenda. But when he revealed it to you, you're revealing it to the people. Hallelujah. And we're going to be patient with the process. We're supposed to become obedient. We're supposed to slowly be transformed by the renewing of our mind, that we may prove that which is good and acceptable and the perfect will of Yah. Romans 12, y'all. It's a spiritual warfare. Believe not every spirit. Quit believing everything. Let's sit down and test some stuff. Let's thumb through some scriptures and let's deal with it. And while you're dealing with it, you got to understand, if the enemy get a lock on you mentally, then the process to get him off of you, not only will the word attack your imaginations, but every high thing that exalts itself. There's other things that's attached to your imagination. It could be stubbornness. And stubbornness is as the sin of witchcraft. Then now you know, imagination can turn you into a witch or a warlock. The word is able to deal with witches and warlocks and your imagination. Don't get it twisted. And the witch or the warlock part of you will not be exalted until the word attacks your imagination. What you thought you knew. What you thought you knew what happened. Why you're a part of that ministry. Why you're supporting it. The word will attack that. Your response to the information. Your response to the situation. It could be a stronghold. This is how you always respond. The word is able to attack that imagination. Those thought patterns that you have. The word will attack it. And then once it's attacked, then that's when the defense of that other stuff comes. The word taught that the Messiah came onto his own and his own received him not. And one of the reasons why they didn't receive him because of pride. When he attacked their religious position, then their pride exalted and they didn't want to hear nothing he say. And they were sworn enemies against truth because he attacked their religion, which then triggered a high thing to exalt itself, which was their pride, which was their reputation amongst the people, which people looked up to them. It was hard for them to take down and to turn around. Some did, but most didn't. What church you go to? Y'all celebrating Easter and Christmas. How y'all do communion? Get your cracker and a little grape juice. What camp you belong to? You still celebrating carnal festivals and feast days? Do you think it's necessary and pertinent to your salvation? Don't want to talk and let someone have on fringes? Can't listen because a person cut their beard? Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they of Yah, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Hereby know ye the spirit of Yah. Every spirit, it's your spirit that has to confess that Yahushua is come in the flesh. It's not just your mouth. Your spirit has to be able to identify with truth, identify with the death, burial, and resurrection, because you should be a byproduct of the death, burial, and resurrection. You should become a new creation, a new creature. And if you ain't new, then your spirit can't confess that he came. And every spirit that confesses not Yahushua, HaMashiach is come in the flesh, is not of Yah. It didn't work in your life. And this is the spirit of the Antichrist, whereof you have heard that should come into the world. Even now it's already in the world. Plenty of folks' life, spirit, cannot confess that Yah came in a body. Because if your spirit is confessing that Yah came in a body, then Yah will be in your body. Govern yourselves accordingly. Spirit of living Yah, we love you and thank you for another opportunity to glean in your word. Praying that your word will forth with clarity, falling down the souls of your children, springing up everlasting life. Give even revelation on a replay of this lesson to all the food that you had for your children in this sermonette. We believe that your word went forth according to your will and will accomplish what you sent it to do. And we celebrate in the matchless name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Hallelujah, hallelujah, and amen. Listen, y'all, we thank you for hanging out with us. Again, it's easy to witness, y'all. Push share. If you got some spiritual food out of this lesson and feel it might help somebody else, then share your status. Share your body and present it a living sacrifice. And share your status with the word. Push share if you believe it to be true. Continue to pray for me as I pray for you. If you're looking for a good ministry to support, I give you the hookup. I haven't been doing this for a long time, but we definitely can use support, financial support. You bless the people of Yah, Yah definitely will bless you. But you can go to PayPal, and you can put in the email address DerrickMann5857@yahoo.com. That's DerrickMann5857@yahoo.com. We're in need of, a blessing. So please govern yourselves accordingly. After we do the lesson Monday through Friday, we have a thing called commentary, where we talk about the word and what we got out of it. If you'd like to join that process, you can dial right now 302-202-1102, extension 815648. Again, 302-202-1102, extension 815648. And if the ministry is blessing, you call in and let us know. We appreciate you hanging out with us, and you be Baruch and Barak Shalom.